In these lessons, you'll learn to compare decimal numbers. Here are some examples of decimals written in expanded form. 38 6/10 expanded is written like this. So the expanded form is written to the right of each one. I noticed that we're missing the 3/100ths on this one. It should be after it. Write these in expanded form. Pause the video before we show the answers. Is this what you got? Here's an example of how to write a decimal. As you can see, the answer is 3 12/100ths because 3 meters plus 12 more centimeters equals 3 12/100ths. Solve number 22 as well. When you're comparing these two decimals, you should see that the 0 in the tens place makes the 20 7/10ths greater than 20 7/100ths. So this 0 is less than 7 in the tens place. Here's an example of a problem involving fractions. Solve it to see how much money Mina's parents gave her to begin with. Pause the video to solve it. You should have found that she started with $20. As you can see, we can add zeros before numbers without changing the value. That isn't true for other places. This is also true for adding zeros at the end of a decimal number, as you will see in the next slides. Say this number. Where can you put a 0 without changing the value? Zeros can be inserted to the right of any decimal number without changing it. So these two are alike. They're equal. 4/10 is the same and equivalent to 40/100ths. Answer these questions about inserting zeros in different places. You can see where the zeros can be on the left and where you can position them in the decimal numbers. See which ones change the value. Try to answer these questions. Solve these questions and show your answers to someone else. Maps and trails are a good example of using fractions. Try to solve these. I know that some of the fractions might be too blurry. These problems are also in your book. How would you write the lower trail? It says it's 1 4/10 of a mile. How would you write that as a fraction? Using a number line can help us understand and compare fractions better. Which of these fractions are less than 1 1/2? Which ones would be positioned here? Which ones are more than 2 1/2? Try to position each distance on the number line. Make your own number line with fractions on it, or show someone what each measurement is on a ruler.